Welcome to my class 12 Physics, chapter that is alternating current, and today we will discuss about mean value of alternating current for one complete cycle, not for half cycle. And you know about the alternating current. First we draw the graph of alternating current or the wave form of alternating current. Here you take two axes, one is x-axis, this one is the x-axis, and in x-axis we take suppose omega t, or we also take time in the x-axis, t for time, and omega t is the phase, and in y-axis we take the current. For current we write I. And alternating current means you know its direction reverse periodically and its magnitude changes continuously, so that if we take time along the x-axis, this is the starting point, initial point, we write that is 0. Suppose here time that is t by 2, half of the time period. Here time that is the time period, we write suppose t. And maximum value of the alternating current, we write that is the I0. Suppose this is the maximum value in the positive side, and this is the maximum value in the negative side. Clear? And maximum value for the positive side, we write that is plus I0, and in the negative side we write that is minus I0. Now we draw the graph. The graph is just like this. This point is t by 2, and this is the middle point, and this is also a middle point of t by 2 and t, and this is the peak value, and this is another peak value in the negative side, so that the graph is just like this. This is the graph, this is the alternating current. And here suppose you take a point at any time, suppose you take a point, this is the point, and at this point what is the magnitude of the current? Simply we draw a perpendicular to the current axis, and this is the magnitude. This is the magnitude of the current at this point. At this point means we write suppose point is a point, and this current simply we write I, that is the instantaneous current. And for instantaneous current we write, you know the expression, that is I is equal to I0 sin omega t, you know this expression. And the magnitude of the current, magnitude of the alternating current is gradually changed. Initially its magnitude is increased at this point, this is maximum, again magnitude of the current is decreased, here 0, again magnitude of the current is increased in the negative side, reached maximum, again magnitude of the current is decreased. That means if its magnitude is not constant, its magnitude changes continuously, magnitude vary with time, so that we will calculate its mean value or average value of alternating current for full cycle. For full cycle means up to this point, because this one is the half cycle, this is the positive half, this is the another half cycle, this is the negative half. So that for full cycle means from time 0 to t, t means time period, from time 0 to t we will calculate average value or mean value of AC. Clear? And you know the relation between current and charge, that is current I is equal to Q by T, you know this relation in the chapter current electricity. If we give very small time means that is time is dt, then charge flowing through any circuit or through any conductor is dq, and this I is equal to dq by dt, this is known as the instantaneous current, you know that. This is known as instantaneous current. That means if time is dt or very small time, in very small time total charge flowing through the circuit, that is dq is equal to I multiplied by dt. Suppose alternating current is there. This is for alternating current. This is for alternating current. If alternating current flowing through the circuit for very small time, that is for dt time, then total charge flowing through the circuit, that is dq is equal to I into dt. Or we write, that implies dq is equal to, in place of I, we write that is I0 sin omega t multiplied by dt. Clear? And for total time means from 0 to t time total charge flowing through the circuit, we write here current, or we write charge, that is charge flowing through the circuit for time t, is, t means that is the time period, for that time total charge flowing, we write that is q is the total charge flowing. Q is equal to summation of or integration of all the dq or all the small charges. Clear? And that implies, we write q is equal to integration, time is from 0 to capital T, in place of dq we write equation 1, that is I0 sin omega t multiplied by dt. Clear? This is the total charge flowing when alternating current is there. This is the total charge flowing through the circuit in time t. This is the equation for alternating current. Clear? And suppose direct current is flowing through the circuit in place of alternating current. Suppose direct current is flowing through the circuit, and we write for a direct current or for DC. For DC, what is the net charge flowing? Net charge flowing through the circuit, we write net charge flowing through the circuit, that is Q. Q is equal to, you know the formula is I is the current, and total time given, suppose that is capital T for time period. This is equation number 3, and this is the total charge. This is the total charge flowing through the circuit when direct current is flowing. When direct current is flowing through the circuit, when direct current is there, this is the total charge flowing through the circuit. Clear? And here, look at the equation 2 and equation 3. Here alternating current is flowing through the circuit for time t, capital T. Here also direct current is flowing through the circuit for time t. That means total time given for both direct current and alternating current, that is same, that is capital T, that is the time period. Clear? And if charge flowing through the circuit for time t for alternating current is same as charge flowing through the circuit for a direct current for the same time t, then this direct current is known as the mean value. So that in place of I, we write that is I mean. Clear? That means if charge flowing through the circuit for AC and for DC same, for same time means capital T, then the direct current is known as the mean value of AC. Mean value of AC mean value of alternating current means that is the direct current. Mean value of alternating current means that is the direct current. What is the condition? Condition is total time given for both alternating current and direct current, that is the time period t, and charge flowing through the circuit, that is same for both the current. Then the direct current is known as the mean value or average value of AC. Clear? Then equation 2 and equation 3 both are same. If equation 2 and equation 3 both are equal, from equation 2 and 3 we get, from equation 2 and 3 we get in place of I we write that is I mean multiplied by time t is equal to equation 2, that is integration from 0 to t I0 sin omega t dt. Clear? And from this equation we will calculate I mean or average value or mean value. That implies I mean is equal to, we take I0 out of the integration, that is I0 divided by, we take t to the right hand side, that is I0 by t, integration from 0 to t sin omega t dt. That implies I mean is equal to I0 by t integration of sin omega t dt. You know the formula, that is integration of sin theta d theta. Integration of sin theta d theta is equal to, that is minus of cos theta. We put this equation. Here also we write, that is integration of sin omega t dt, that is minus of cos in place of theta. Here omega t is there, we write cos omega t, and here extra term, that is omega is there, so that we divided by omega, and lower limit is 0, upper limit is capital T. Clear? That implies we write I mean, simply we write I mean or average value is equal to, we take omega to the outside of the integration, that is minus of I0 divided by omega t, that is cos omega t, and its lower limit is 0, upper limit is capital T. That implies I mean is equal to minus I0 divided by omega t multiplied by cos, in place of omega we write, you know omega is the angular frequency, or that is also known as angular velocity, and you know the expression for angular velocity, that is angular displacement divided by time t, and for one complete rotation, total angular displacement, that is 2 pi, so that in place of theta we write twice pi, in place of t we write capital T, that is twice pi multiplied by f. We put this equation, or we also write 2 pi by t, in place of omega we write 2 pi divided by t, so that here in place of omega we write cos twice pi divided by t multiplied by, first in place of small t we put the upper limit that is capital T, then minus of cos, in place of omega we write that is twice pi divided by t multiplied by, in place of small t we put the lower limit is 0. Clear? That implies we write mean value or average value of alternating current is equal to minus I0 for full cycle. This is t cancel, remaining is equal to cos 2 pi. You know the value of cos 2 pi, that is same as cos 0. Cos 0, its magnitude or its value, that is equal to 1 minus This is 2 pi by t multiplied by 0, that is also 0. So that again cos 0, its value is equal to 1. So that 1 minus 1, that is 0. And finally we get mean value or that is also known as average value of alternating current for full cycle is equal to 1 minus 1, that is 0. Finally we get 0. This is the mean value or average value of AC for one cycle. Clear? Always average value or mean value of AC for one complete cycle is 0. You also get this from the figure. From this figure, this is the positive half, and positive half and negative half both are same, magnitudes are same. So that plus and plus this quantity, that is one is positive, another is negative. So that average of positive and negative, that is 0 for one complete cycle. Clear? And this is all about your mean value or average value of alternating current. And always if for one cycle average value or mean value is 0, so that we cannot measure alternating current or alternating voltage by using ordinary DC emitter or ordinary DC voltmeter. Clear? That means by using ordinary DC voltmeter we cannot measure alternating voltage. Similarly, by using ordinary DC emitter we cannot measure alternating current. Why? Because average value always 0. So that reading always gives that instrument that is 0. So that we cannot measure alternating current. We cannot measure alternating current for full cycle by using DC voltmeter or DC emitter. Clear? And in the next class we will discuss about same thing. We will calculate average value or mean value for half cycle, not for full cycle. And thank you.